Hello my friends, Liberty Garden, October 2nd. Another quick little video. This one's not about cows. This one's about our current situation in the United States of America and just the things that are going on. Something funny has been happening and I hear it, and I don't know where people get their information from, because they seem to get it all out of the same place, or maybe it's just like an echo chamber. But this last week I started hearing the same comment over and over again about supply chains being manipulated by they, whoever the hell they are, they or them, or being manipulated to create shortages in the US and to create I guess chaos, to tank the economy. I don't know. I mean, I really can't figure it out. I mean, I can't figure out the argument, right? Why would they try to cut their nose to spite their face, type of deal? So I've been working in logistics for many years, most of my life actually, in several areas: operations, warehouse, and right now I'm in systems. That's what I've been doing for the last 15, 16 years. Systems implementation, system development, etc. And I mean, I talk to a lot of people from many companies that are in logistics. A lot of people that are pretty high up with very good knowledge of what's going on. And I don't hear any conspiratorial stuff coming from them. Then again, just like I'm accusing some people to be in an echo chamber, not accusing, just kind of saying that they may be in an echo chamber. I may be in the same echo chamber of my peers. And that may be the reason why my view is a little different. But I want to warn people, whenever somebody starts spouting off something, and then I hear somebody else do the same thing, and then I hear somebody else do the same thing, I'm talking videos, comments, etc., I get suspicious, because I'm wondering, where is the source of that information coming from? It almost seems like last week somebody dropped some red pills out into the YouTube sphere, and they got picked up by channels and they started to disseminate. I mean, this information works both ways, right? I mean, it's not, this information works for good things, for bad things, for whatever. It's propaganda to achieve a goal. What goal? I'm not sure. But the whole thing that they are trying to create artificial shortages in the United States, I don't really follow that. For what purpose? I mean, the shortages are in electronics, computers. I have some computers I ordered from people at work. It's a 8-week delay time. I'm still waiting. I ordered them about 6 weeks ago, and they're still they're not en route. They're not stuck en route or anything. I just got a ticket basically saying, we're going to be able to, at the current levels of inventory procurement for screens and electronics, we can have these computers ready for you in 8 weeks. So we have chips coming out of Taiwan, I believe, and glasses that are competing for other electronics, like tablets, and the tablets that go into cars, and the chips that go into cars, and the chips that go into the computers. And there's a shortage of that shit. I don't know why, but I think it's related to the sickness, the pestilence that's going on right now. You gotta understand something about supply chains, okay? We live in a world where supply chains are extremely long and lean, and that makes them extremely fragile and susceptible to to minor variations, right? So you're able to get a lot of just-in-time inventory very fast, very optimized. You're saving on warehousing costs. You don't have to put it away. You as you need it, it arrives. You know. But when that gets disrupted, and that disruption could be an erratic consumption pattern. I'm gonna start walking back to the truck. An erratic consumption pattern by the consumer, because businesses have been closed, because the labor force has been shorted for many reasons. Then that supply chain gets extremely agitated, messed up, because it is very lean and it's very fragile and it's very long. It's not robust. So when you have a supply chain, a local supply chain, let's say you live in a small town, and everybody produces eggs, and some people produce hogs, and some people produce cows, and everybody is kind of trading with each other in that small environment. There's a lot of redundancy in that environment. And if a county over, you have the same thing, then if John, who slaughters the pigs, comes ill or whatever happens to him, somebody else will get the pigs, or you can get them from one county over, right? So short supply chains, local procurement is very resilient because there's a lot of redundancy built into it. But when you have very long supply chains, then a minor disruption in them gets compounded very fast. So you have a producer of chips, for example. And I'm from Taiwan produces chips for a lot of things in this world. And if those guys get disrupted due to political situations or to sickness, and they have to cut down on their production, well, that disrupts everything, right? That disrupts the shipping schedules of boats or of air. That disrupts the unloading, the loading. You know, and then you have other items coming from other parts of the world, primarily Asia. They're also going through the same problem. So very quickly you end up with a big mess of disruption across many long, lean supply chains. I think that's what's going on. I don't think there's any foul play here. Now, I heard one of the comments say that, well, somebody could be causing this on purpose. And it's like, for what reason? For what reason, really? Ask yourselves that. Elections are around the corner. I think the last thing they want, if they want to retain power, is to cause chaos in the economy. I don't see a reason for that. But that's apparently what I was hearing last week, and on many places. So it just got me thinking: are people kind of feeding people and the YouTubers, the channels, feeding them some little red pills, and they come out here and say they bring it to their viewers, and their viewers kind of gobble it up? I don't know, but I don't see a benefit. I mean, who benefits from this? You gotta ask yourselves that. Who benefits? How? And that's the question. Who's benefiting? I mean, if you create an economic collapse, who really benefits? Nobody. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that, oh, we live in a fascist economy where the government is controlled by private interest, or where the government is involved with private interest, and then say, well, yeah, but they're crashing the economy. Well, they make money by selling stuff, not by not selling stuff. I mean, fascist or not, a corporation's primary fiduciary responsibility is to stockholders, right? I mean, CEOs get fired for that, for missing a quarter or two, that type of thing. So that's just, you got to be careful. I think you got to be careful when you start hearing the same tune for many different people. That's just something I wanted to put out there for you guys. I don't see it, and just because I've worked in this area doesn't mean that I have the answers, because that's not true. I mean, my purview is very limited. It's limited to systems, the connection between systems. I see operations, but I every day we have meetings about this stuff, and I hear about the shortages, and a lot of them are basically, a lot of people are taking checks right now, and they decide to stay home rather than come to unload a truck, because they figure that if their rent is frozen and they get a little check, well, their needs are met, and they'll get a job back whenever they have to get a job. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is that some people are legitimately sick. I mean, and if they're not sick, if they test positive, they got to stay home for a few days, and that creates shortages. You'll be surprised how an optimal process, an optimal chain, working at 99% capacity with 99% of inputs like resources and raw materials and distribution and everything, how you'd be surprised how only 10% disruption will affect that production so severely, because it compounds very quickly. If you got 10% of your workforce sick, well, that immediately translates to less deliveries. That immediately translates to less people loading equipment. That immediately translates to a lot of problems. You put that in one industry, and that's one issue. You put that across the entire nation, that's a whole different animal. If the same is going on with the guy on the receiving dock, where they're working at 10% shortages, well, you have a problem there. And then if the consumer is also not consuming as much, or their demand is all screwed up because of erratic purchasing patterns as a result of what's going on, that compounds, and then you expand that to the world, which is where we are, a world economy. Your suppliers are in Asia, and then that just really throws a humongous monkey wrench into everything. It might not seem like much, but it is huge what the 10%, 15% disruption will cause. So I just wanted to drop that out there. Do that. Think of it. Don't take my word for it. Just think about it. This damn dog's gonna get on my truck like that right now. God damn it. Think about it. Ask the question, the basic question: who's benefiting? And the way I see it, nobody's benefiting right now from this. Nobody. I don't see a benefit to it. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Until next time.